Hello again everyone, I'm Paul the Nitro Skywers, and welcome to this edition of the Nitro Corner. Today is Saturday, and it is time for the weekend report. Now, since Smackdown was kind of short to say the least, I'm going to combine that with the Nitro Top 10 for this week all in one program. So let's get right into it. The opening saw Theodore Long saying that tonight Randy Orton will face the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, since Mark Henry won the tag team match last week. And if Mark Henry can beat Randy Orton, then Mark Henry will be involved in the world title match at Money in the Bank. So, the opening contest saw Randy Orton defeat the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, by countout when the Big Show's music hit and Orton nailed an RKO on the floor, got back in before the count of 10. Afterward, Mark Henry was incensed and attacked the audio tech guy, picking him up by the throat and throwing him to the side. Now, there was no audio entrance music for the next match, at least, so that was kind of out of bounds for Mark Henry to do that. Next up, excuse me there. Next up, Daniel Bryan scores a victory over Ted DiBiase in a highly spirited contest. Congratulations to Daniel Bryan, who continues to be on a roll on SmackDown. Next up, Christian, who feels Theodore Long now blames for the Big Show's entrance music being played, scores a big win over Sin Cara. This is Sin Cara's first loss on SmackDown. Then, in another upset on SmackDown in the next bout, Cody Rhodes, thanks to some interference from Ted DiBiase, defeats Ezekiel Jackson in a non-title match. Now, in my mind, this entitles Mr. Rhodes to a shot now at the Intercontinental Championship. Next up, Kane scores a big victory over Wade Barrett as Wade Barrett continues his slide down in the SmackDown ratings, and Kane definitely will move up based on that victory. And then, of course, the finale, the contract signing involving Christian and Randy Orton for the match at Money in the Bank. Well, the contract was never signed as Sheamus shows up and nails both of them with the Celtic cross kick right in the face, laying both of them out. Sheamus wants to be in now in the Money in the Bank title match, and I don't blame him. Remember, Sheamus has a victory already over the world champion, Randy Orton. And that was SmackDown for this week. SmackDown, in my mind, was a little bit short this week, but pretty good with two major upsets in Christian ending the undefeated streak of Sin Cara and Cody Rhodes defeating Ezekiel Jackson. Now, moving on now, it is time for the Nitro Top 10 for this week. And it was a pretty interesting Top 10, to say the least, so let's get started. Number 10 this week is Alberto Del Rio. He defeated the Big Show inside of a steel cage thanks to some help from Mark Henry. Definitely Alberto is moving up in the rankings, and I wouldn't be too surprised to see him challenge for the World's Heavyweight title, for the WWE Championship, as soon as SummerSlam. So be on the lookout for Alberto Del Rio. Number 9, Kofi Kingston. He defeated the United States Champion Dolph Ziggler 2 weeks in a row now. No doubt Kofi deserves a rematch at the United States Championship. Number 8 this week is Brother Devon. Devon scored a victory over Samoa Joe to put 7 points on the board for the first time for Devon. Congratulations to him, beating the former TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Number 7 this week is Cody Rhodes. Cody pulled an upset, beating Ezekiel Jackson, the Intercontinental Champion, in a non-title match last night on SmackDown. Number 6 is the Icon, Sting. A classic promo for the Stinger, followed by a victory over Big Papa Pop Scott Steiner. No doubt Sting will be ready for July 14th against Mr. Anderson on Impact for the Impact World Heavyweight title. Number 5 this week is the Viper, Randy Orton. He moves down 3 spots this week. He defeated the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, in the opening bout at SmackDown, only to be laid out by Sheamus during the contract signing between him and Christian. Number 4 this week is R-Truth. R-Truth defeated John Cena this past week in a tables match, ensuring him maybe having a chance once again at the WWE Championship. Oh, excuse me. Apologies. Moving on now in the top 10. Number 3 this week, moving up several spots, is the TNA Knockouts champion, Mickie James. Mickie James scored a big win in a elimination match when it came down to being 3-on-1. She eliminated all 3 of her competitors, Angelina Love, Winner, and Madison Rayne. Congratulations to Mickie. Perseverance wins out, and she earns the number 3 spot. Number 2 this week is Low Ki. Low Ki earned himself a spot in the Showcase Fatal 4-Way at Destination X, and in winning what I feel is the match of the year against one of the match of the year candidates against Matt Bentley and the King, Jimmy Wang Yang. And now we have once again a brand new number 1. He is back at number 1 for the first time, and he was number 1 2 weeks ago on the Nitro Top 10. He is back. The new number 1 is Gunner. Gunner defeated AJ Styles in the rubber match in the Bound for Glory series. Not only that, he is the new leader of the board in the Bound for Glory series with 21 points heading into this weekend. And that is your Nitro Top 10 for this week. And that is it for the weekend report for this week. I will be back tomorrow with a very special Independence Day edition of the Classic Match of the Week with 4 Classic Matches of the Week. Until then, I'm Paul the Nitro Skyver saying, so long everybody.